Don't give up on them, Eric.
What would you have me do, Charles? I've heard these arguments before.
Turn it off! The music! Get everybody out!
I'm looking for hope. I will bring you hope, old friend.
Kill the music!
Cable?
You have to get everyone out! Now! He's coming!
Who's coming?
Access to
Cable,
imminent.
what's going on?
Body slide 1.
No! Not again.
Eyes. You made it. You survived.
I'm so sorry, Mom.
Sorry for what?
Nobody asked you, bold boy.
Not only did this remind me of a genocide that's actually going on in the Middle East, but it reminded me of another genocide that happened on America's soil. My mic is really heavy, so I'm going to be adjusting my camera. So if it goes, whoa, I'm sorry. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Nobody Asked But. I'm your host, Tark Bryant. And I don't know, man, it just developed into a three-parter because it is an extraordinary concept. It's an extraordinary product. X-Men was created during the prime of the Civil Rights Movement, 1963. The X-Men used the civil rights to promote how humanity acts, pretty much. How humanity acts, the things that they don't understand. And it's a representation of how humanity was. Because like I said in my previous video, you have Charles Xavier, who is a representation of MLK, and then you have Magneto, who is a representation of Malcolm X. One little quick one with the civil rights when it comes to X-Men and how beautifully done using Magneto as its center. And we've always seen him as the villain. And so I wanted to dive into like Magneto because we're seeing a very personal side of him this time. You know, he's not just fighting or he's not just the villain. This time we're seeing a more softer side of Magneto, or at least what soft looks like to Magneto. He becomes Eric. This is Eric now. Charles always saw, because they were best friends, they're like bros, they were brothers, and also saw him progress into Magneto. And so now he has his final card, and it's like, no, now you're gonna have to take on this responsibility. Bo DeMayo wrote season 1, season 2, and I believe a bit of season 3. Unfortunately though, he was fired due to dumb stuff on, you know, OnlyFans, and it's just like, bro, you had it good. You were in. You have done something for X-Men that has never been done before. You have revamped it and wrote a brilliant Magneto who is challenged by Charles to see how he would handle, how he's going to handle this. Unfortunately, though, he's ordered by the UN to stand trial.
If that were the case, are we truly to believe then that in the face of what you consider to be extermination, you would walk Charles Xavier's path?
You know, he also respects Charles. He respects what he's grown. He's respected what he's been able to create with the X-Men, with the mansion and the school. You know, that was the start. The school was the start, a place where gifted kids can go to so they can feel accepted, you know, because us dumb humans, I'd be best friends with a mutant, bro. You know, we finally see one Magneto in love. Like, who else was like Magneto,
What?
bro?
What are you talking about, man?
Like, I was like Gambit. I was kind of heartbroken. Because I'm a Gambit fan too. Like, I love Cyclops, but I used to collect Gambit. He had a solo run, and so for me to like see Rogue going with Magneto, it was like, what? That was like, oh, bro, what? That broke my heart.
Nature to crave connection, as it is also mutant nature to be heard, seen, to feel another soul finally seeing yours.
If you stayed this long in the video, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? You don't have to like it. I know likes go to like this little folder and you're probably never gonna watch it ever again. So might as well subscribe so that way you can get some, you know, notifications for the next video, because there's gonna be a next one.
Hey, y'all.
They be busy doing a bit of renovating since Gambit's last visit.
Magneto takes Charles' example of creating the school, you know, and creating the X-Men too, and with that he created Genosha. Now I'm not too familiar with the material, okay, so I researched it and I saw that in some stories in the Dark Phoenix he was given Genosha. The UN gifted him Genosha so that way he can have a place for mutants to go, that so they can feel accepted. And in another one he just made it. So we see the city, and that's the beauty of animation. That's the beauty of animation, man. We're able to go into the city and we're able to see how beautiful it is, finally have peace within this community, within this race, because all their lives, I'm sure all their lives, those people were just looked at as like they're monsters. And so now they finally have a home. And like I said, it's beautifully animated so that even I wanted to live there. I wanted to have that ice cream. It looked really good. I love animated food. Much like many cultures, though, in this land, okay, I don't know what specter this is, but whenever it seems like a culture starts to become predominant, starts to become progressive, starts to become happy, it is taken away. It doesn't even have to be on this land. If they want it, they will take it. And if they can't take it, they will destroy it. Unfortunately, that's what happened. Think about this. Why do you think Wakanda is hidden?
I draw its fire away from the gardens. Rogue clears a path for Gambit to the Morlocks. Save as many as you can. We shall not live our days wondering if we could have saved more.
Not only does this remind me of a genocide that's going on overseas, but it definitely reminded me immediately of one that was on our own American soil, and that was the Tulsa Race Massacre. This happened in the Greenwood district, also known as Black Wall Street. All black town, you know, you had hair salons, doctors, libraries, and it was prosperous. Somewhat like Genosha, you know, it was prosperous and it kept to themselves, but it was a place that blacks can go and live, feel free. And so you can see the similarities that go on in this show, and it's very, very deep. Then you have Rogue and Gambit flying through the city trying to save the Morlocks. You have this giant robot thing just massacring, demolishing everything. And then you have our boy, Magneto, doing everything in his power to stop this thing, man. There's a moment when Magneto is down and the animators did a fantastic job and Bo DeMaio did a fantastic job if he wrote this in, and he just thinks back, man. He thinks back on his past. He thinks back on all the people who were just killed and just forced down. And he comes back with that train?
They shall be avenged!
It's such a powerful scene. It's such a powerful scene for Magneto. He is doing something different. We're seeing him trying to protect the city. He's being that leader that Charles knew that he could be. Where do you see something like this on television? Besides like HBO, like Game of Thrones or something like this. This is an animated show, bro. Where do you see such depth and emotion, such richness in thought when it comes to these characters and how they would actually feel if something like this happened? Magneto, we witnessed him as a hero. Nobody asked me, but I'm sure there's going to be more moments, but I feel like that was his final hour, man. Like, he was going at that Sentinel Kaiju piece of shit. This show brought back everything from history and now, implemented this concept of these beings unable to live a normal life. And they need X-Men. They need these examples. They need these heroes to show them that there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. I am here to assist you. And unfortunately, though, if we compare that to now, we have no heroes, man. We have no heroes.
Omega threat eliminated.
Thank you guys for watching this trilogy of the X-Men. I hope y'all learned some stuff. I hope y'all watched X-Men 97 in the meantime. But that is it for X-Men, bro. It's gonna be a little break. But we're gonna get back into some classic films in August, and we'll see what else happens, okay? But in the meantime, thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.
Nobody asked you, bold boy.